Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jennie will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger.
Welcome back to Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast. I'm your host, Jennie Bellinger, also known as the Direct Sales Dom, helping you whip your business into shape. If you haven't listened to Sales is Not a Four-Letter Word Part 1, I just re-released it as a bonus episode, so make sure to go listen. This episode will build on those concepts. In Sales is Not a Four-Letter Word, I address just the first part of the sales process, which is building rapport and establishing relationship with your potential customer. In this episode, I'm going to dive into the next two most important parts of a sales conversation: the ask and the follow-up. If you've already started using the techniques I discussed in part 1, you may or may not have realized more sales. And I imagine that could have been frustrating to you, and I apologize for that. What likely happened was you built rapport and established that someone had the problem that your product solves. You asked permission to share the solution to the problem, and they said, sure. And you shared, and they seemed excited. But then nothing happened. They didn't buy. What the actual fuck? So let me share something with you. When customers are asked why they didn't buy, the number one reason given is that the salesperson didn't ask. Wait, what? The salesperson didn't ask for the sale. Yep. The thing is, we often think that we've quote unquote asked because we presented the perfect solution to their problem. They didn't buy. No, that's not how this works. Now, let me be 100% transparent and honest with you. I sometimes forget to officially ask someone if they want to hire me as their coach. I know. I am getting better at it every day, though. Sidebar, sometimes I choose not to ask because I know that person isn't ready for me. I don't take everyone as a client. I made that mistake early in my coaching career, and getting burned by those who say my coaching doesn't work was enough to teach me the lesson that not everyone is ready to be my client. So, how do you ask for the sale? There are a few ways to do this, so just pick one that's best for you. After you've presented your solution to their problem and answered their questions, you can ask for the sale by using any of these options. Does this product sound like it would help? If they say yes, then you would follow up with, when would you like to place your order? If they aren't sure, then you would follow up with, what questions do you still have so that you could make an informed decision? If their answer is no, then you say, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share an option with you. Who do you know that might be open to hearing about this? Another way to ask for the sale, so I'm going to call this option 2. Shall we move forward with placing the order? Option 3. Would you like to order this now or next week? Option 4. How quickly would you like to receive the product? Should I send it express or standard delivery? And the last option I'm going to give you is what's called the incentive close. The total for that will be $105 plus tax and shipping. But if you order with me today, I'll waive the shipping fee for you. Now, you can, if you don't want to waive the shipping fee, if you don't want to pay that yourself, you can offer them an extra gift, give them a sample for another product or an accessory to the product that they chose to purchase. Maybe give them an incentive of their choice. Maybe it's buy one, get one 50% off. If you order with me today, I'll get you any other item in the catalog for 50% off. But what you're doing is saying, if you order today, I'll give you this other thing. So it can be a discount. It can be waiving of a fee. Give them an incentive to order today. In the end, you really just want to try them all and see what works for you or see what works in any given situation. But you've got to practice those asks. And the second way to increase sales is to consistently follow up. Now, in this episode, I'm just going to skim the surface of effective and consistent follow-up because this topic is one that I could go on for days and still not cover everything on all of the possible ways to do well with follow-up. But first things first, I want to start with follow-up is often abbreviated as FU. Want to know why? Because when you don't follow up, you are saying F you to your business. Are you really ready to tell your business, your potential customers, your current customers, potential team members, and current team members to fuck off? I accidentally have made that mistake by not following up, and I sometimes still do. But I'm actively working on a system that is helping me do a better job every day. Now, I'm personally using something called contact mapping, and I'm putting a link in the show notes that you can use to download the app. No, this is not a sponsored episode, but it is an affiliate link. So just giving you the heads up on that. I personally pay for the premium version for two reasons. Number one, there's a few extra features that make social media follow up easier. And secondly, the reason I pay for premium is because this company lives its mission of building relationship. They offer daily live Zoom calls to support their premium members in getting their follow-up done. 15-minute simple phone call or Zoom calls that actually help you get your follow-up done each and every day. Now, the two reasons why most people suck at follow-up are, number one, they don't have a system. Number two, they don't make time in their schedule to do it because they don't have a system. Now, contact mapping isn't the only way, but it is seriously the best system I have tried in 4 years. It's simple and the company walks the walk. And now it's time for me to walk the walk. I really hope that you're listening to this episode before 3 p.m. on August 10th of 2021. If not, it's not the end of the world. You're just not going to get access to this next thing live. But if you are listening to this on August 9th or 10th before 3 p.m., you still have time to sign up for the 4 Keys to Unlock Direct Sales Success webinar. This live 1-hour webinar will teach you the 4 simple things that, when used together consistently and over time, virtually guarantees that you will achieve the level of success that you desire and deserve. Just go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com/keys to sign up for free. Again, go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com/keys. Now, we are going to put, if you go look in the show notes, which, guys, you know how this goes. You've heard me say it hundreds of times by now, probably. Click the episode on your phone, scroll up, and go grab that link to the webinar. I want you to imagine going to this webinar with some of your closest friends from your company. Would that help you to know that they are there and doing the very same webinar at the same time? If so, then share the link with your downline, your upline, and even friends in other companies. Now, you can't say that I didn't ask you to invest this 1 short hour to move one step closer to achieving your goals and dreams. Oh, and make sure that you follow up my post-webinar follow-up. I'll be contacting you by email after the webinar to get your feedback. And if I don't, call me on it. Email me, text me. If you want my contact info, just text BADASS to 55312. Again, text badass to 55312 and you'll have access to my personal phone number, my personal email, and you can tell me that my follow-up sucked after the webinar. Or reach out to me and tell me how awesome it was. I'm okay with that too. So I'm looking forward to seeing you at the webinar. Make sure you go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com/keys. Now, stay tuned because there's another badass episode on its way.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jennie Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.